Hi everyone, I'm Tihan and I recently won the AE Rank Cup League, the Asian English Rank Cup League in Singapore, which means that I'll be representing Singapore in the upcoming Asia Finals, which will lead to Worlds. So I'm just doing a little video today just to explain about this deck. So I won on Baron Dracotail. Just wanted to talk a bit about this deck and the differences between this deck, between the OCG and the TCG. So we'll just start with the Dracotail package. I think it's the same. We just play the standard amount. So I think the only difference here that you'll see from other Dracotail engines in the TCG and OCG is that I play a relatively low amount of actual Dracotail names. I only play 2 of like 1 pen. And the reason for that is because in here we have 3 branded fusion. Because for some reason it's still at 3 in Asia English. So because of that, I feel this deck has really a lot of starters and it has no problems getting started. So yeah, I think that covers this too. Then next one, we go to the spells. So right now Key 2 is actually limited, similar to the OCG. So we just play the maximum number of spells. And for the traps, we just play one of each in the main deck. I think all of this is pretty normal except for the Brand Fusion and the pen and the Key 2. But I would say that if they ever cut it down to maybe 2 or 1, I'll just add in maybe a third Agla or a second pen. Then I think the deck will be really similar to those in the TCG where Brand Fusion is at 2. Then next going a bit off. Then I play 2 Fallen and the Virtuous in the main deck. And the reason for that is because I personally feel Fallen and the Virtuous works really well as 2 off. One can cycle it into the other. And also, another weird thing about this Asia English format is that Anti-Spell Fragrance is actually at 3. And given the large spell count that we actually play in this deck, we have 3 branded fusions, Anti-Spell Fragrance actually has a real chance of messing up your opening hands. So this is both this is an out to anti-spell, it's an out to Ripper in the draw phase, even if they have the quick play spell, it's an out to Caesar, it's an out to Herald of the Arclight. So that's the reason I really like this at 2. Going second, I'll sell out either one or both depending on the matchup. But for now, I would play 2 until maybe the Burst Protocol comes out, because this is actually in the Doom of Dimensions format. Then as for the hand traps, 2 Maxi, best hand trap, just play as many as possible. 3 Fua, 2 Ash, 3 Bell, 2 Veiler and 2 Nip. So I would say the most unusual part of this is the 2 Veiler. Is that I'm actually maining 2 Veiler because given that it's like almost useless against Yami and Mitsurugi. And this is honestly just for the VSK9 matchup, which is like a very hard matchup and a very popular deck in Singapore. So I went into this like fully expecting to fight multiple VSK9s, and I say that this worked really well against them. Because from game 1, even in game 1 after I have the Veiler Nip combo. So yeah, so I think this is my hand trap lineup. So that's my main deck. Then as for the extra deck, again it's quite standard. I would say a 3 Arterion, 1 Gulamel, 1 Secretariat, 1 Mysterion, and 1 Chaos Star Source as my Dracotail targets. So I honestly so I think these 5 are like pretty self-explanatory. I really like Mysterion. It comes up in many weird matchups. I think especially Malice. If you can chain this to a Malice name bring itself back from banishment, and they're not prepared for it, you can just like banish the entire field and win a game on the spot. And a lot of times when you find mana on the opponent's turn, they have no idea they're making this, so they'll play straight into this. Then Chaos Star Source is I'll say it's pretty alright. It's like it's additional destruction. It's additional destruction, and sometimes you don't want to bounce cards, right? Sometimes you want to destroy them. So yeah, so Chaos Star Source is here for that. Then we go to the branded part. So this 4 are for throwing. This 4 are for throwing with Fallen and the Virtuous, and these 3 are the actual end board pieces. So the only thing that I'll actually change is that I would change this Rim Room with a Philia Regis. Because Rim Room honestly is a really greedy card. I need to already have resolved Branded Fusion and then resolve a Fallen and Virtuous for this to be even live. And it was never ever relevant. So from now on, I'll be switching this with a Failure Regis, which comes up a lot in the Mystery matchup because they just keep banishing their graveyard. So yeah. Then these three again self-explanatory. They're the end-board pieces. It's like by far the best Elba Super Poly target. This is pretty good in some matchups. You can send a Frixie. Even though most of the time you'll be making this with Branded Fusion. This one comes up sometimes, and Mirror Jade is Mirror Jade. It's really good. Then last card is SP Little Knight. Because SP Little Knight is just a very versatile card. It's really good in the mirror match where you can just banish the flame. You can like banish the flame, force out the flame. And honestly, I think because this deck has lines where you can make this before you lock itself into fusion with Rahu. So given that this is like a free interruption, it's really good because like Yami, they normal summon Cupsy, they activate effect. You change this to bounce and they're forced to use surprise or marshmallow or something to extend. You know, VSK9 they normal summon Razan. You change this to banish a Razan, and all of a sudden they can't threaten your board so easily anymore. So yeah, so I really like this. I know it's very common for Dracotail to play the Spheres package, you know, but personally I feel it takes up too many slots, and I would rather play more of the branded engine to increase the flexibility of the branded part of the deck. I mean, just a personal choice. Okay, then on to the side deck. Onto the side deck again. I sided three card Cartesia for going first. You know, I put in 3 Cartesia and 3 Branded Fusion. It basically confirms that I have a way to play when I'm going first. And this one also combos really well with IP. Because this one you make an Aterion. You make an Aterion, you set your Rahu. Then this two will just go into SP, and then during the end phase, the Cartesia will come back to hand. So it's a really good value play. So yeah, so I really like this for going first. Then after that is 3 Parada. Again, Parada is for the VSK9. It's my hardest matchup, so I need to be prepared for it, right? This one. Then 3 Draw again for VSK9 Mitsurugi. And basically like most rogue matchup, Draw is just great. And then Nip. I think you'll notice I only play main deck 2 Nip, and I side deck 1 Nip, and that's because and this because I didn't want to bring on multiple Nips. If let's say I draw 2 Ash or 2 Bell, it's still not the worst because I can throw another one the next turn, but I can't throw a Nip across successive turns unless the opponent really messes up. But yeah, I just sided the last one. Then again 2 Caught By. I think this is a bit of a weird choice because it's not really a monster, and Dracotail isn't really scared of hand traps except for Ash. But again, I'm really scared of Ash. And since there's a lot of VSK9s and Mitsurugis in Singapore, you know, I fully expect for Shifter to come in all of the time. So honestly, this is just for Ash and Shifter. Sometimes if I'm playing against a Mitsurugi and they Fualos me, I might even hold this if I can full combo, if I can give them 1 or 2 draws through that, because this is also an interruption through that turn. So yeah, this isn't for Fualos, it's for Ash and Shifter. Yeah. Then the last card, I think it's a spicy card that puts 3 Imperm. Because I mean, again, I'm really scared of the VSK9 matchup, and I wanted a card that could both combo with Nip and could also stop most of a VSK9 combo on its own. And the answer I arrived at was Imperm. Because you could Imperm a Ripper, and you'll have no way to stop it. Because I'm pretty sure the VSK9 doesn't play cross-up Detonator and Imperm. So not only if I drew this as my only hand trap, not only could I stop the majority of VSK9 combo, if I drew this with a Nip, I can simply wait until end, you know, until they set up everything, then I Imperm Nip, you know. And this is also really good against lots of random matchup. Like for example, a Lunar Light is another matchup that this deck is really weak against, and this is just another really good hand trap for Lunar Light. Yeah, so with that, I think okay, so basically the format of the Rank Up League that I played, it was a single elimination, best of 32, which means there were 5 rounds. I played 2 VSK9s, 1 Ornament Rizo and 2 Mitsurugi Rizos. And I would say that most of them my hand traps work, my main deck worked the way I wanted it to. I think there was a particular case where I actually fought VSK9, and I actually I lost the dice roll, and I actually drew the Vela nip combo in the first game, which was what I was going for. And I could tell like he was completely it was really unexpected. So I'm really glad that it worked out. Then I think another thing you notice is that inside my side deck I barely play any going first cards. Only going first card I play is a court buy, and the rest is all hand traps. And another reason for that is because Red Reboot is actually at 2 right now. Red Reboot is actually at 2 right now in Asia English, and it's very popular for both for Yami Mitsurugi and VSK9 to side deck it at 2. So more often than not, I would get hit with a red reboot on my traps, and I'll be forced to fight through hand traps. So the reason why I didn't put like a skill drain, a rivalry, or whatever in my side deck is because I reasoned that if I get hit by red reboot, my side deck card is dead as well. So going first, I would attempt to fight with. I will keep the hand traps in. I will attempt to fight with both hand traps and my Dracotail traps. And I think there was one instance where this worked really well inside the semi-finals, where I did indeed get red rebooted, but I had a Bell and an Ash in hand. So even though my 3 traps were all dead, I was able to fight back with these 2 hand traps. So yeah, I'm really happy that my theory worked out in that match. So yeah, I think that's it for this deck. I really think the 3-finger fusion makes this deck much stronger than it has any right to be. Much more stronger, much more consistent. So yeah, so I think that's all, and yeah, I'll see you next time if I ever get if I do well inside the Asia finals. I'll see you next time. Yeah.